Hi, Jim here with today's thought, and today's thought is some very interesting and surprising to me election news from my home state of Michigan. I live in Tennessee these days, but I'm born and bred in Michigan. A little shout out to any of you Michiganders who may be watching today. I do sometimes miss my home state, but we're not talking about how much I miss Michigan. We're talking about what just happened in Michigan. And, well, let's see what happened, and I'll tell you why it's important, though you probably can guess. But here is the headline. Democratic Muslim mayor backs Trump in key swing state. In a surprising political turn, Amr Ghalib, the mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, threw his support behind Trump's bid for the White House in the 2024 presidential election. Ghalib said on Sunday that the Republican candidate is a man of principles and the right choice for this critical time, despite their disagreements on key political issues. And you can probably guess what those issues are. Though it's looking good, he may or may not win the election and be the 47th president of the United States, Ghalib said in a post on his Facebook page. I'll not regret my decision no matter what the outcome would be, and I'm ready to face the consequences. For this and for many other reasons, I announce my support and endorsement for the former and hopefully the next president of the United States, Donald Trump. Ghalib believes that Trump, despite his contentious policies regarding immigration and sanctuary cities, offers a pragmatic approach to key challenges facing the country. According to Arab News, Hamtramck is more than 60% Muslim, with immigrants from Yemen and Bangladesh constituting the largest populations. Yeah, actually, well, let me just throw in a little side note here. You just said Bangladesh and Yemen. I met him in New York, but he turned out to have grown up in Detroit. I had a close friend, a Muslim, an Arab, in New York, and he was from Yemen. He immigrated at 9 years old and grew up in Detroit, and like me, he moved to New York. But anyways, just a little aside there, and to get to why this is important. Well, first of all, so as the article says, or the Arab News says, 60% Arab. There's the city council of Hamtramck is entirely Muslim, as I understand. It is the only Muslim, totally Muslim city council in Hamtramck. Interesting thought about Hamtramck, by the way. It used to be, it's interesting in that it's within Detroit. It's surrounded by Detroit on all sides. Very tiny community, but it's a separate city, Hamtramck. And it used to be, it's majority Muslim now, which is interesting because when I was growing up in Detroit, it was well, as you can guess by the name, Hamtramck, Polish. Heavily Polish, and so would be Catholic, right? Polish Catholic. We used to go there, me and my friends and I, we used to go to get pierogies there in Hamtramck. Anyways, let's talk about why this is important. You can probably guess. Now, I was surprised at the important issues on which the article says Ghalib disagreed with Trump. I would have expected it would have been to Trump on his support of Israel, but that wasn't even mentioned, which really surprised me because you contrast that with another, actually, even though I guess they're not the majority, but the largest, which would surprise me actually, but the largest Arab Muslim community in the United States is also in Michigan, Dearborn Heights. And Dearborn Heights, the Wall Street Journal did an article on them and titled it the jihadi capital of America. They are heavily pro-Hamas, I guess you'd have to call them, pro-terrorism, and they are just about all of a lot of Arab Americans in Michigan, they voted uncommitted in the primaries, the presidential primaries, which which Biden won, but I think it was 100,000 uncommitted votes, more than enough to swing the election. But then you have now in Hamtramck, see, I would have expected uncommitted, that they would just stay home on election day, and maybe that's what would happen in Michigan, because they are not inclined to, they have been very heavily, as you can understand, critical of Kamala Harris. But so we'll see how that pans out. But Hamtramck, now we don't know about the whole city. This is just the mayor. But if the mayor of Hamtramck is endorsing Trump, and if the rest of the, and I think that's Rashida Tlaib's district too. I think it includes Hamtramck. Anyways, if that expands to the majority, or even a lot of Hamtramck Muslims, that could cost Harris the election. And if she loses Michigan, she almost certainly loses the election. She needs Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan to win. Lose any one of those three states, and she loses. Well, I mean, anything could happen, I guess. I don't want to say for sure, but very, 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 very probably she would lose the election if she loses Michigan. And this new development here is not looking good for her. And then you add to that, actually, I'll just throw this in. As you know, the Teamsters did not endorse anybody this time, in which it would have been great if they would have endorsed Donald Trump. The majority of their membership, overwhelmingly, they had a vote, supports Trump. So it's kind of craven that the leadership did not endorse Trump. But merely not endorsing Kamala Harris is, well, that's another problem for her, because you got a lot of Teamsters in Michigan. But that's, and well, actually all over the country. But anyways, the main thing is this mayor of Hamtramck, not just saying stay home or don't vote for Kamala Harris, but coming out and endorsing Trump. Now, as again, it remains to be seen. He said he would accept whatever the consequences are. So I guess maybe that's a signal that he's a rare bird in Hamtramck, and that the city won't go along with him. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I just wanted to share that with everybody. It's potentially a very big development, and it could mean the entire presidential race could swing on that development. Everybody's been looking at Pennsylvania, but maybe it's time to start looking at Michigan. That's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Comments welcome, as always, in the comment section below the video. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.